going on, y'all? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See who I got on here, Lord Jamar. You know what I'm saying? He a OG old head type dude. You know how the old heads be. I rock with him though because I grew up watching his opinions on stuff. You know, um, and he was one of them blackity black kind of guys. Like for the people kind of guys. But I feel like he ran into a point where he stood up for the people and the people ain't stand up for him, and now he his opinions sometimes can be rooted in his feelings of betrayal by by his community, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like I said, I've been watching him for a long time, but I didn't know where none of his stuff was. So I I'm 26 now. He was on Vlad TV. I say maybe when I was in my teens. He was a consistent guest on there, or early in my 20s. One of the two, I can't. Late in my teens, early in my 20s. But now he left Vlad on some blackity black stuff because he felt like Vlad was playing on the people. So he left there, started his own thing, and he I don't think he saw the results that he wanted, and it's you know you can hear it in some of the things that he says sometimes, and I feel like that's rooted in some of what his opinion of Carmelo Anthony did. Because I feel like years ago his opinion would be different than what it is on the Carmelo Anthony situation. But give me 1 second, I'll be right back. My bad, y'all. Let y'all see my eyes long enough. I just play. I just like these frames. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man. So yeah, man. That girl lay down. Yeah, that man. That man. I feel like he kind of came down real hard on the young brother Carmelo Anthony and his opinion on this situation. You know, because in their generation, if you are 25 plus and you have a parent who had you at 25 plus, meaning your parent is at least 50 years old, and you hear some of the stories that your parents have told you about some of their engagements on these streets when they was younger. This Carmelo Anthony situation is a blip on the radar compared to some of the things that I've heard my elders and ancestors tell me about what they used to get into back in the day. And I'm talking about racial too. I'm talking about white on black. I'm not just talking about black on black. I'm talking about white on black too. But I'm not gonna say too much because But y'all was wild too. Wilder because y'all didn't have cameras. See, what y'all don't realize about our generation is we really braver than y'all. Cause the stuff that y'all wouldn't do on camera, we do on camera. If we really feeling what we feeling, we'll flash out on camera and throw it all away. And that, to me, scares y'all old niggas. And that's why y'all don't reach out to the young niggas and talk to them and try to guide. Y'all only do what Lord Jamar doing in this video, yelling at the camera, calling young niggas bitches who say that they wouldn't let nobody put their hands on them. But when you was a young person, you wouldn't let nobody put their hands on you. Or maybe you was a guy who was walking around letting people put their hands on you. I don't know. I didn't take you as that kind of guy. But you might have been the type of person who was walking around here getting hands put on you back in the day. I'll just say this. My OGs and stuff, my pops and stuff, and you know the people that he ran with, they was putting their hands on people. They wasn't getting hands put on them. So, and you wasn't gonna put your hands on them. So, you know, maybe it's just a difference in perspective. You know, because everybody got their perspective. You know, some people was getting hands put on them. Some people was putting their hands on people. You know, me, I'm a person, I'm all the way out of it. I don't want nobody to do nothing to me, and I don't want to do nothing to nobody. I don't want nothing. But that's enough of me talking. I'm finna go ahead and let y'all hear what Lord Jamar had to say about the Karmelo Anthony situation.
Yeah, homeboy shouldn't have pushed him or whatever. He shouldn't have put his hands. And first of all, I don't even like how that sound. When I'm hearing grown men say, nobody should put their hands. You sound like bitches, yo.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
You sound like fucking bitches. Straight up. Every nigga in this fucking chat talking about he shouldn't have put his fucking hands. You sound like a fucking bitch. Walk out of my chat.
How they sound? How they sound?
Like fucking bitches. No man, nobody should put their hands on somebody. Fuck up, nigga. We should just be standing in the elevator, all of a sudden, boom! Nigga just punch you in your chest for no reason, nigga. That's why the fuck we came up.
And that's why I say he might have been a person who was getting hands put on him. Because apparently, he got stories of standing in the elevator and somebody just punching him in the chest. You know? But I can say, at least where I'm from, you better not put your hands on nobody. You better not do that unless you ready to die. Unless you ready to die, you better not put your hands on nobody. Unless you willing to possibly, because see, that's another thing I had to realize about dudes who from up north. Y'all don't have the gun laws we have. So, y'all ain't, I don't know. It's just difference in opinion with a lot of stuff. But you better not put your hands on nobody in the South, boy. Is you crazy? Talking about somebody who said nobody should put their hands on them as a bitch. That's a smart person to me. You better not put your hands on nobody in the South. What, you think just because the law on your side that you should be able to put your hands on people? That's how you end up with a Austin Metcalf. Because even if the law on your side, don't put your hands on nobody. Because these youngins will flash on you, boy. And guess where that happened at? In the South. And he didn't even go to the gunplay. He stabbed that man. These youngins will flash on you. And what y'all old heads don't understand, when y'all all in the camera, super duper passionate like this, telling us that we bitches, all that's gonna do is drive a wedge between you and your target audience. Now, I rock with you, so I'm willing to break it down and explain to the young people younger than me why you are reacting the way that you react. Because they'll see this. Somebody 20 and under who didn't grow up watching you, they'll see this and be like, oh, he a old head a hater. Old head a straight hater. Them white boy went down there, put their hands on that black boy, and that black boy handled his business, and this old black dude hating. And when you that passionate, and I get it because you don't want to see our young people flash out and go to jail. But like I said, man, these young boys got more courage than you do. Cause the stuff that y'all did and tried to hide from the police folk, they do it on camera. They do it on camera, and it's not stupidity. Cause everybody know it's a camera on you as soon as you walk out the door. They just, when they feeling what they feeling, you finna be a victim. And that's not stupidity to me. That's bravado to me. That's why I don't step on nobody's toes. I don't try to start nothing with nobody, and because these youngers will flash on you. So instead of, in my opinion, coming down super hard on the young brother, trying to say people like him who react with extreme violence when they're meant with violence, because he was meant with violence. It's not like he wasn't provoked. He was in a lose-lose situation from the get-go. Somebody put his hands on them. If he walk away, he's publicly embarrassed. That's a no matter what y'all think, that's a lose in our generation. See, that's another aspect of what goes on in our generation that the old heads aren't even able to account for. Y'all would get slapped out in the elevator. Like, you probably got slapped out in the elevator and didn't nobody besides the people in the elevator know about it, and maybe the 2 or 3 people that the person who slapped you out went and told. But in our generation, if you get slapped out, everybody gonna know, boy. You viral, boy. I remember this boy. I was in high school, and these dudes went to slap boxing in front of the school. And it's the football team. It's after football practice. I wasn't there because I had stopped playing football. But they out there recording everything that's going on. They're recording these 2 dudes slap boxing. So, dude run up, slap him so hard he stumbled back. He slapped him so hard. He slapped him so hard that he stumbled back, fell on both of his hands, and when he got up, he got up like this. He stumbled back. If you went to May High, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He stumbled back like this, got up, and got straight on the phone like this. Got straight on the phone. So, in the video, everybody going crazy. Everybody who there going crazy. There's probably 20, 25 people on the football team there. Because our football team, we had 100+ people on our football team when I was at Mays High School. 120 people. It was 30 people per grade, at least. So, it's at least 20 people out there after practice. And dude got slapped out. He get up. He get on the phone, right? Somebody recording him. He got the camera on him. He like, this motherfucker just got slapped into a phone call. My boy Tyrone, man. Shout out Tyrone, man. That boy Tyrone said, this boy just got slapped into a phone call. This boy just got slapped into a phone call. Do you know that junk went viral? Millions of views. Millions of views. So, y'all generation never had experiences like that. See, like I said, you know, and no disrespect to you, because I had the utmost respect for you. I grew up watching you. My favorite moment of you is the Post Malone moment, where Vlad TV trying to argue with you about Post Malone. No, Vlad TV trying to argue with you about Lil Nas X wavy self being in the country lane and how it's not right. And he said, well, what he doing is nothing different from Post Malone. What you just described is just Post Malone. Right? I'm finna pull it up, boy. You know, I ain't even gonna pull it up because that's not your content. I'm only gonna pull up your content. You own this, so that's why I got this. So shout out Lord Jamar. But, man, I've been watching you, folks, but like y'all don't have the things that we have affecting us. Because if you get slapped out on camera and everybody know you got slapped out, there's a level of being socially outcasted that comes with that. Usually, unless you just really one of them guys who just super funny or something, or just super cool and stuff like that. But usually, if you get slapped, I remember this dude got punched out, got his jaw broke, Nerd the whole rest of his time in high school. Nobody liked him. Every time somebody brought his name up, he's so annoying. He's so annoying. He went viral too when he got his jaw broke. At least in the school, everybody knew he got his jaw broke. And we had 1,600 kids in our school. So the whole school know, everybody in the hood, everybody in the school who live in the hood gonna go back to the hood. Like, y'all just don't have the same things that we have to worry about. Now, you can argue that that is irrelevant and, you know, you shouldn't be worried about what people have to say about you and other people's opinions of you. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But when you are a teenager and you are highly influenced by your friends and their opinions of you, you are liable to do something for acceptance. And not even acceptance in this situation, but from what I've heard, and I could be wrong, I heard that he had been in a fight prior to this stabbing situation, and he had took a bad L, and everybody knew it. And, you know, he wasn't, you know, in a mental space to take no more L's. Especially not on no racial jump, because he in Texas. This situation happened in Texas. So he cornered by two white boys. You already done got beat up. You a 3.8 GPA student. You the captain of, like, you got all these good things going for you, but you a nerd who can't fight. And you getting bullied. You just got beat up not too long ago. Now you at a track meet and you're in a bullying situation again. I'm not saying that his response was not over the top. That's not what I'm arguing. But what I'm arguing is, don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody. And I also argue that no matter what, you publicly stand with your folk, even if they wrong. Because they gonna do that for their people. Them folk gonna stand with their people even if they wrong. So don't get on this internet calling young black men who would not let two white boys put their hands on them bitches. Because number one, in your generation, you probably would, I would hope you, I don't think you were the type of person who was just walking around letting people put their hands on you. I didn't take you as that type of person. The only difference is y'all didn't have cameras. Our generation just wasn't a flash on camera, man. That's just the reality of it. Like, they'll flash like a camera on you, boy. If you playing. But that's one thing I realized about the young boy. A lot of them ain't looking for no issue, but if you playing, now some of them out here tripping. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of these boys out here tripping. But a lot of them, if you ain't playing with them, they ain't playing with you. But if you go to playing, oh, they gonna flash on you. They gonna flash on you, boy. They ain't playing with you. But see, y'all don't know that about these young boys because y'all are scared to interact with them. See, I would love to see Lord Jamar have a young person who done flashed before, who done did something that was egregious, get on here and get their opinion. Who's educated though. I don't want no fool getting on here speaking on it. But somebody who done flashed it can speak from an educated enough place to articulate what these young people be feeling in the moments. Because you act like you ain't never been there. Boy, you from New York, ain't it? Ain't that home of the gangsters? Oh no, that's Chicago. But y'all, I know y'all used to get down. So I don't see how you just so oblivious. What it is y'all old heads get old and y'all look down on the young folks. Y'all gotta stop doing that. All y'all do when y'all do that is drive a wedge. I promise you, a 20-year-old seeing this clip would be turned off to anything else you had to say. And just start twisting his head, probably. Start twisting his head. I ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, he might not be able to articulate why he feel that way. But he know that what you saying is some bitch ass shit though. All he gonna say is old head a bitch. That's all he gonna say. Old head a bitch, man. Fuck old head, man. That nigga a bitch, man. That's what they gonna say about you. With your face like that. Calling us bitches. Cause I'm a young man too. Cause our generation is willing to flash on camera when y'all didn't flash on camera. We just flashing on camera. That's the only difference between y'all generation and our generation. Y'all put out movies about racial stuff. Y'all had Higher Learning. That's one of my favorite movies. Higher Learning. That whole movie is about racial conflict on a college campus. This is racial conflict on a high school campus. The only difference is the black boys in Higher Learning didn't get caught because it wasn't no cameras. Go back and watch the movie. Wasn't no cameras. Everything they did, they pulled up on them at the cafeteria, jumped on the white boys. The main character in the movie, the black boy who was running track, he went in the boy dorm room, jacked him up, went in his face, told him he ain't on shit, he a bitch. The white boy pulled a gun on both of them, All this happening in the dorms, on campus. And I have stories from my elders of real life instances like that happening on college campuses. My elders have told me, nah, back in the day, college was really like that. There really was the skinheads that would be on campus. There was the Latin community that would be on campus. There was the black community, and there was the white, and it would always, and it was the Asian, and it was like that. I have several stories from my elders of racial conflicts. Y'all just wasn't on camera, and y'all ain't willing to flash on camera. Our generation is willing to flash on camera. Some of y'all are willing to flash on camera, though. Some of y'all old heads willing to flash on camera. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I came across one of y'all old heads willing to flash on camera. That boy flashed. That boy flash. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Stop acting like you don't know, like you ain't never been there. That's where y'all lose the young people. Y'all be acting like y'all ain't never been there. Acting like you better than. Bro, you was there. You did the exact same thing. You just didn't get caught. And it's not because you were slicker or smarter or none of that. It just wasn't no camera on you. Just only difference. Only difference. I'm gonna let this play a little bit more though, cause I rock with Lord Jamar. I really do want y'all to go check out his content, cause he be saying some stuff that is cool, you know. But I just didn't totally agree with him on this. Some of the things he said though, I did agree with. Like one of the things that he did say was that we should be informing our young boys how to fight, so that when they're met with situations like this, they don't jump to extreme violence. Because a lot of our young kids jump to extreme violence in physical altercation situations. They don't do physical altercations. They do deadly assault. You know, so that's something that I do agree with. We do need to start teaching these boys how to handle themselves. Because when you feel confident in handling yourself as a man, you don't resort usually to extreme violence first. That's not usually what you think of doing first. Your first thought is something else. You know what I'm saying? Something else. It ain't that. It ain't I kill this man, I'll shoot this person. It ain't that I'll stab this person. It's usually not that. It's usually something else that you'll do to that person with your hands. Like, boy, you know what I'm saying? But when you don't know how to use your hands, you might resort to extreme deadly assault. So I agree with him there. Like, we gotta start teaching these boys how to defend themselves, man. Cause they out here flashing, and as you can see, that's another thing I gotta say about this. When you flash, ain't nobody gonna feel bad for you, not even your own people. You see what he's saying about the young boy. I feel bad for him because I can relate to him because I'm young, but the elders, they not gonna feel bad for you because they feel like they just was also better than you at your age when they was doing the same thing that you was doing, probably worse. You know, so just realize that you're not gonna have the support of your elders if you decide to do something like this where, you know, you flash on camera against the other race. They not gonna support you. They gonna say you could have did XYZ, blase, squaze, and all that when you was in a lose-lose situation to begin with. You wasn't gonna win that situation at all. You was gonna take a L. So that the best thing that you can do is not put yourself in lose-lose situations. See, one thing that I'm an expert at is avoiding shit. I be avoiding shit because I be seeing it coming. Like, you can see it coming. Now, I did get caught up in something the other day. I don't even want to talk about it because it was some goofy. I thought I was right, I was wrong, and you know, that happens sometimes when you think you right and you be dead wrong. That happens. But when you're a man, you got to be willing to stand on that too. Yeah, I was wrong. I thought I was right, I was wrong. That's a story for another day. I'll tell y'all that story another day. But yeah, man, I hope y'all don't put yourself in lose-lose situations. When I was growing up, we used to go out. You know, we would go out, skating rings, shit like that. Go out, movies, shit like that. You know, just go have fun and stuff. And you have to know when it's time to separate yourself from the pack. Because if you keep running with the pack, you look guilty no matter what. I don't care what nobody say. I hate to even be the. See, now I'm finna get on some old head shit. If it's three black boys walking together, y'all look like y'all up to no good. Just being real. If you a white person and you see three black boys walking, and they not in a school zone, they not near a job, or they ain't got no job uniform on, you look suspicious. To a white person. To a black person, you just look like a young black person. Like, you just look like a black person. But to a white man, or to a police officer, or to a public official, or anything like that, you look guilty already. They don't care. And I realized that in several instances growing up where I would be with the pack and something would go wrong, and it all started because we just too deep. We so deep. We give them a reason to look at us. That's just the reality of it. Just the reality of it when you black, man. I remember, like, growing up when Trayvon Martin got killed. And that's another aspect of this Carmelo Anthony thing. Like, I don't think these young boys willing to be no Trayvon Martin or nothing like that. But that's another, I'll get back to that. But I remember growing up when Trayvon Martin got killed. My parents started telling me, oh, don't wear slides out in public. Don't wear no hoodie out in public. Stuff like that. And I used to tell them back then, like, y'all tripping. I'm finna wear what I want to wear. Especially back then, I was an athlete. You know, back then, the athletes, and even now, it's still this. When you coming out of practice, you got your slides on. You know, you got your backpack on. Your shoes gonna be done in 6 months. So you wear down your slides. You'll wear your slides down though. Like, they slides, like, I wear these bitches down all day. But my shoes, I ain't finna wear my shoes down. Crazy. And you got your backpack. When I was Trayvon Martin got killed when I was 10. I started walking to football practice when I was 11. in the hood though, just in the hood. My parents started telling me don't wear my slides and stuff like that. I'm like, man. Now as an adult, I can understand why they said that. I can completely understand why they said that. Don't even put yourself in a position for them slave catchers to get you. Cause that's all they is. They slave catchers, boy. When those slave catchers get behind you, ain't nothing you can do. You can't even ask them slave catchers why you pulled me over. They don't even have to tell you. That's how you know you a slave, boy. The slave catcher ain't even gotta tell you why they pulled you over. That's a story for another day, I'll tell you. But yeah, man, just you gotta learn to not put yourself in lose situations. And that's hard. Especially when you a man with pride and you know what I'm saying, all that old kind of stuff. Like you don't be wanting to have to walk away knowing that you in a losing situation where you gonna look bad and you know your pride might be hurt and stuff like that.